Hey guys, it's Daredevil Coaster Riders. Today, if you guys notice what's in front of you, I have a King's Dominion 10-year plan this time. So now, if you guys did not see the other four 10-year plans, Cedar Point, Kings Island, Canada's Wonderland, and California's Great America, the link will be in the description below. Get the Kings Island one up to 1,000 views by the end of the month, because this is like, that one's like exploding like crazy. Cedar Point one, get all these to 1,000 views by the end of the month if you can. So now, with the King's Dominion, let's start this 10-year plan. So now let's go back 10 years right now to 2011. In 2011, they brought like this new kids attraction, Snoopy's Starlight Speculator. Like, it's a little attraction for the kids, not for like the older people, like kids around my age. So now going into 2012, they brought Windseeker, which is the same at almost all Cedar Fair parks. They also brought Dinosaurs Alive, which is a Jurassic Park edition, which is the same with all Cedar Fair parks, which didn't last that long. And also, Kidsville becomes Planet Snoopy, and that's when Cedar Fair is making taking out all Paramount theming and replacing with Cedar Fair's theming. And now 2013, they expanded Planet Snoopy. They added 8 brand new rides for the kids to ride, and it becomes very successful, and it's a good addition for the kids to ride when they're little as they get older. 2014, they did International Street Fountain restored, and Candy Apple Grove and Safari Village returned. They like fixed up their street and make it look a lot better. And then there at Candy Apple Grove, and Safari Village, they brought it back after a long time. Now going into 2015 is a big year for King's Dominion, because that marks King's Dominion's not 50th anniversary, 40th anniversary. This park opened in the year 1975, and it's been open for 40 years right now, around that time. And they expanded their water park. Water Park Works becomes Soak City, and I feel like they used this name Soak City too many times, and they've used it at all their other parks like Cedar Point, Kings Island, Valley Fair, and etc. And also in 2015, Shockwave closed. It was a Togo stand-up coaster, and it was really hated, and I believe it's a really hated ride because the Japanese manufacturer went out of business, and it was hard to get certain parts for this type of ride. And also, unexpectedly, Hurler closes for good, and I'll get to why it closes in 2015. After 21 seasons of operation, 2016, they brought Delirium, and they put Delirium in the spot of where Shockwave was. I was hoping to see a roller coaster go into that land, but somehow they decided to just put a thrill ride there. I don't know why they remove a coaster and replace it with a thrill ride. I feel like every time an old coaster is removed, it should be replaced with a roller coaster, not a thrill ride. 2017, it was a Planet Snoopy expansion. They expanded the kids area to make it a lot bigger, and it was worth it. Now the next year, 2018, was King's Dominion's biggest investment they've ever made. They reopened the Hurler as Twisted Timbers, an RMC hybrid, which is the same as Cedar Point's Steel Vengeance, which opened the same year. This was the first time Cedar Fair ever worked with RMC, and it becomes successful, but leads to bad things later, because there were a couple of incidents. They had to ban phones, same as Steel Vengeance. But then, when 2019 came around, they brought back the phones, allowed phones. Also, Volcano closed unexpectedly, since it's had a ton of technical issues, is the main reason why King's Dominion closed. Volcano, it was like really hard to maintain since it did not open all of 2018. And also, Dinosaurs Alive closed their attraction, which didn't even last that long. The same at all Cedar Fair parks in the whole chain. Like, it just never became that popular. so they decided to just take it out since no one likes it. 2019, it was kind of like an off year since they brought in Twisted Timbers, which was their biggest investment ever. And also that the crypt closed because since it was not that popular of a ride, and I kind of hate rides like the crypt anyway because I just don't like it. I've ridden it and I didn't like it. 2020, they also did a water park expansion. They closed one of their wave pools and then added some new slides, and also they're using the land of tornadoes since they removed that a couple of years ago. Now, the year 2021. So these next 10 years, which you guys can see in front of me, are my own opinion. And if you have something to say about my opinions, say it in the comments down below, and I'll try to answer that ASAP. And let's get to 2021 until the year 2030. In 2021, I'm pretty sure a lot of you were hoping it would come a wing coaster, but no, it's going to be a 43 spin since they're trying to replace the land of the crypt, and I don't know why Cedar Fair is wanting to add something like this since it's a piece of crap. And all the Six Flags parks have them, and I think this would look good at like the small Cedar Fair parks instead of the big Cedar Fair parks. So, and I'm pretty sure this is not even going to last that long at King's Dominion. So, and I don't know why they decided to scrap their B&M wing coaster plans to build a 40 free spin in the land of Volcano, but I know they're wanting to replace Crypt quickly, and I'm pretty sure they'll replace Volcano soon since they removed it. And I may make a separate video on which parks may receive a 40 free spin. I'm gonna have to say no other park because since Cedar Fair hasn't worked with this, and I'm pretty sure Cedar Fair will add these types of rides to a couple of their parks, see if it gets successful or not. So now, where would they place it? Land of Crypt, I just said, and I don't have a picture because I was too lazy to add one. Now 2022, they're going to do another Planet Snoopy expansion, like try to expand the Kidsville area, kids section for a bit, since they kind of need to a bit. And now 2023 is going to be their biggest year. It would have been 2 years after the 40 free spin. I think they're going to be adding, a B&M wing coaster. I originally thought the B&M wing coaster would come in 2021, but now due to the 40 free spin, I said it's going to be 2023, I bet. And where would they place it? Land of Volcano, because they have a ton of land there. They could like go back here, maybe go over Flight of Fear. It would look cool if it went over Flight of Fear. Make it something like volcano themed since King's Dominion had this mountain and it was a big part of their history since they had to remove it due to volcanoes' technical issues. And now 2024, it's going to be a new attraction, something like Forbidden Frontier, since they added a big attraction, and I'm pretty sure they'll add something like this. Since Forbidden Frontier became successful at Cedar Point, I know a lot of the other Cedar Fair parks are going to start adding these types of attractions to get the crowds in the next couple of years. And now going into the next year, 2025. 2025 is going to be their biggest year ever. Why do I say big year ever? Because King's Dominion becomes 50 years old. It's going to be King's Dominion's 50th anniversary. And I could see them bringing a new thrill ride, a new show, and a new restaurant. Since King's Dominion's been out in the world for about 50 years. And it's going to be their biggest year ever since they've been open for 5 decades already. And I could see them doing all this. And also in 2025, I think it's going to mark the end of Anaconda's time, since around that time, Anaconda is going to reach the end of its service life since aerodynamics is no longer in business, and it's really hard to maintain these types of rides since no more aerodynamics. And I know Cedar Fair has been removing some of those, and I'm pretty sure Anaconda was on their 5-year plan from 2015 till 2020, but then they decided to remove Volcano instead since it was having issues. And now 2026, it's going to be a big celebrate. It's going to be a year after their big celebration, so I'm going to have to say they're going to do a little bit of park improvements, maybe try to make King's Dominion a lot better, maybe fix up their roller coasters a bit, add new queues, and try to add a bagging system is what I think they need to do. Add in Twisted Timbers and I-305 since they have no bins and Cedar Fair is too lazy to put bins in the queues on the stations, so people won't have to lose their items. Now 2027 is going to be their next big year because it would have been 4 years after their B&M Wing Coaster. 2027 is going to be a Mack triple launch coaster since King's Dominion had 4 launch coasters before and removed 2 of them, Hypersonic XLC and Volcano, and they only have 2 launch coasters, and I'm pretty sure they're going to try to add another launch coaster since they've had so many good launch coasters, and I think they need another good launch coaster in their lineup to keep their launch coaster collection good. And where would they place it? You guessed it, guys. Land of Anaconda, because since they just removed Anaconda, and Anaconda takes up a ton of land, like I could see the station go here, then maybe destroy some of the water here and keep some water, destroy some of it and use the land, maybe have an underground tunnel like Anaconda had, and I think that would be a perfect addition to King's Dominion since they've had so many launch coasters before, now they just don't have any. And also, Avalanche is going to close that year also since it's going to reach the end of its service life also since these types of bobsled rides are not that popular anymore, and I know a lot of parks have removed theirs, and I just think it's a good idea if they remove theirs so they won't have to deal with like the maintenance costs. So, and now 2028, I think it's going to be a thrill ride year, something like a Screamin' Swing. And also, I don't know why I put that there, because Busch Gardens is an hour away from King's Dominion, and so guys, in the comments down below, if Busch Gardens has this, then it's my fault because I could not remember if they had a Screamin' Swing or not. So in the comments down below, say if Busch Gardens Williamsburg has a Screamin' Swing. If they do, I'm sorry for putting that. So now going into 2029, I think 2029 is going to be like a family ride year. I could see them adding like a Pipe Scream clone, like something like Cedar Point has for the families to ride in their family ride lineup. And I think this would be a perfect addition for the families at King's Dominion since they don't have something like this. And I think it would be good for the lineup. And now going into the newest decade, 2030, this decade would have added 3 new roller coasters, and then in this decade, I think what they're going to be doing is they're going to be adding an infinity coaster. So starting off the new decade with a brand new roller coaster is what I think will be perfect for their addition. And where would they place it? The land of Avalanche, since they would just removed Avalanche. Also one step closer, bam, all this land here would be perfect for an infinity coaster. Maybe they can go for the inversion record in Virginia. And I think that would be a perfect addition for King's Dominion since they only have like 1 multi-looping coaster, and I'm pretty sure they'll try to add some more multi-looping coasters in the future. So now, a recap from the last 10 years. 2021 will be a 40 free spin. 2022 will be a Planet Snoopy expansion. 2023 is a B&M Wing Coaster. 2024 Forbidden Frontier Like attraction. 2025 King's Dominion's 50th anniversary. 2026 Parks and Park improvements. 2027 Triple Mack Launch Coaster. Mack Triple Launch Coaster. 2028 a new thrill ride. 2029 a family ride. And 2030 the Infinity Coaster. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and hit this right here. Follow my social media if you can. Also, if you notice, I added a Twitter, so the link is in the description, so follow the Twitter for updates that will be coming. Instagram, same thing. See you guys in the next 10-year plan, which will be Carowinds for sure. And then after Carowinds, it's going to be 2 independent parks, then back to the Cedar Fair parks. Peace out.